This is why women should stay away from dating apps nowadays. Let's be honest. Dating apps were supposed to make dating easier. You swipe, you match, you chat, then quickly after you meet. Pretty simple and straightforward, right? Except that's not really what's happening at all nowadays anymore. For most women, dating apps don't feel like an exciting getaway to romance. They feel like a part time job with really terrible benefits, endless swiping, emotionally totally draining conversations, and low effort men who can't even be bothered to plan a real date. And after all of that, still not a relationship in sight. So today, I want to talk about something that really needs to be said out loud. The reason why women should really, honestly, seriously consider stepping away from these dating apps. Not because there aren't any good men out there, but because these apps, they're designed in a way that makes dating feel really, really exhausting. And if you ever felt like you were putting in all the effort while getting nothing in return, this video is for you. So let's talk about why dating apps don't serve women nowadays at all. So number one, it's this illusion of infinite choice. And actually that works against you. Dating apps make it seem like there's an endless supply of men out there. Thousands of profiles at your fingertips. And never-ending stream of, potential partners. But here's the reality. Too many choices actually make dating even worse. It's like if you have a menu in a restaurant and there's like 1,000 things on there, you can't even make a choice anymore. Because when people think they have infinite options, they value those options less. And for men, this plays out as always looking for the next best thing instead of focusing on who's really right in front of them. For women, it means drowning in low quality matches instead of meeting one high quality man in real life. You're sitting through hundreds of hey messages from men who barely put in any effort at all. And what happens when both sides feel like there's always something better? Nobody commits, nobody wins, no one is really ready to do something on top of like the minimum effort. So while dating apps claim to offer more opportunities, they actually create a culture where nobody invests in real connections. Because why settle when there are hundreds of more swipes waiting for you? The result is, well, a whole lot of absolutely nothing. Ladies, stop chasing men. Even when he pulls back or loses interest, or you feel like he's slipping away from you, what you do in that moment can make all the difference between him feeling like you're just like all the other women he's ever met, or it can make him feel like you're so unique and special and exactly the type of woman he wants something real with, causing him to chase you, to invest in you, and prove to you that he is the right man for you. There's this 12-word text message that you can send to a man that gets his attention almost immediately and makes him realize that it was a mistake to pull away from you in the first place. If you want to find out what that 12-word text message is, then I highly, highly recommend you check out this brand new video that I created for you. I linked it in the description below. Just click the link, and now let's go back to the video. The second point, they lower the standards for male effort. Think about how dating worked before these apps. A man had to build up the courage to approach a woman. He had to make a memorable first impression. He had to engage her interest and earn her time. But now, well, he just swipes right. That's it. There's no challenge, no risk, no investment. So why would he put in any more effort than if this is already the minimum that he really has to? And because apps make matching really effortless nowadays, men no longer feel the need to, one, start meaningful conversations, plan real dates, show up with intentionality. Why put in effort when another match is one swipe away, right? Dating apps have created a culture where men feel like entitled to attention without actually earning it. And women, well, they're sort of left sorting through the bare minimum, trying to find something meaningful in a sea of really lazy, terrible conversations. Which brings me to really the next point, which is the third. You're giving your time and energy to the wrong man. Here's something most women don't really realize about dating online. The best men aren't spending hours swiping on dating apps. That's a reality. Not because they don't want a relationship, but because they don't need an app to meet women. Men who are socially confident, which is what you want, emotionally mature, and relationship ready out there in the real world, building careers, pursuing passions, meeting women naturally. Meanwhile, a huge portion of men on dating apps are, these serial swipers looking for attention, not really for commitment. Low effort guys who think matching is the entire effort that's really necessary. And you find a lot of time wasters who have no intention of ever wanting to meet you in person. And here's the real issue, actually. Dating apps makes these men seem like they're the entire dating pool. You start to believe all men are lazy, non-committal, and, emotionally not quite available, when in reality, the right men just aren't stuck on these swiping cycles. The more time you waste on dating apps, the more disconnected you're going to become from real opportunities to meet men who actually value you and who are a little bit more high quality than what you find online. Also, next point, dating apps are built to keep you swiping, not to help you find love. Let's get one thing straight here. Dating apps are businesses, and businesses need to keep you on the app. That's the whole purpose of a dating app. So that's why these platforms aren't actually designed to help you find a relationship, because then you're off the platform, but they want you to be on the platform. So instead, they use these psychological tricks to keep you addicted. They show you just enough good matches to keep you swiping and always asking for more. They strategically delay likes so you think there's more out there. They use notifications to manipulate your attention so you feel the urge to check it again, even when you're already over it. If dating apps actually worked the way how they claim, well, people would use them for months, meet someone really great, and then they leave. But that's not really what's happening in real life, right? They're just like you on there for months and years and years and years. Instead, on top of it, most women burn out. They take breaks, delete the app, then re-download it months later, only to find the same faces, the same issues, the same messages, and the same frustration. And that's not by accident. That's really by design from these dating apps. The fifth point, dating apps, they also don't really require emotional intelligence. In the real world, attraction isn't about looks. It's about presence, energy, chemistry, the unspoken things that can't be captured in a profile. But on dating apps, it's all just visual. And because of that, men don't have to develop the emotional intelligence that, real life dating really requires. They don't have to know how to hold a conversation. They don't have to understand body language, tone, and like how the energy might shift in different situations. They don't have to even read the room, because on an app, there's no room. And if you ever wondered why conversations on dating apps feel so surface level, repetitive, and really disconnected, it's because they really are. Because dating isn't meant to happen through a screen right in front of you. It's meant to happen in real life. Okay, and now let's come to the sixth point. It's a validation trap. Dating apps keep women hooked on the wrong attention, actually. There's another reason why dating apps are so exhausting to women, because they're so addictive. Not just the way social media is addictive, but in a way that subtly sabotages your confidence. Because for many women, dating apps become the source of instant validation. But then, in those moments when you feel insecure, you check your message, you get a little bit more validation, and then, or maybe you're bored. So you swipe for attention. And you want a little ego boost? Okay, you open the app and you see who really likes you in that moment. And at first, this might feel really good, but over time, it becomes a cycle. A cycle of that this really distracts you from real, meaningful connections. The truth is, validation isn't the same as attraction. A match doesn't mean a man really values you. A message doesn't mean like he respects you and he really wants to get to know you. A compliment also doesn't mean he's serious about you. And if you're not careful, dating apps really start making you feel like all men are the same, when in reality, you're just engaging with men who were never the right ones for you to begin with. So stepping away from these dating apps doesn't just protect your time, it protects your mindset, and that is so priceless, because it also helps you to protect the associations and hopefully positive associations that you have towards men rather than negative ones. And at the end of the day, dating apps aren't really inherently bad, I need to say that too, but for most women, they create more harm than good. They lower the standards for men. They drain your time and energy, trap you in a cycle of low quality interactions that make you feel worse, not better. So maybe, just maybe, it's totally up to you. The best thing you can really do is just to step away from them. Because when you stop engaging in things that deplete you ultimately, you make space for things that actually fulfill you. And that is where real attraction and real dating really starts.